Hello and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. So we've met Hyrule's princess Zelda, and we've learned Zelda's lullaby, Epona's song, and Soraya's song, all in the last episode. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head back towards Kakariko, but we do have a stop that we need to make along the way. It's not much of a detour, but a small detour nonetheless. So in this episode, I'm hoping to cover all of Kakariko, and if things work out well enough, I should be able to... here we go. You learn an Ocarina song from Soraya? Okay. So all he's going to nail home is the point of all the songs that we learn will have some mysterious power or another. They all have their purpose, which comes as no surprise. I am going to skip right past it because, again, that's a too long did not read. Much easier explanation. Okay, so pick any random exit. Go back into the Lost Woods, and we're going to go visit our friend that we saw earlier, Skullkid. And now that we can play Soraya's song, he's going to enjoy that tune like most people do. And he'll say, you know Soraya's song, we should be friends. Here, take this. And we've got a piece of heart. So I've got 3 pieces, and there's one more for me to still collect before I get another heart container. So next we will... Oh, that's the way out. Thank you. And now that we've collected all that stuff, we can make our way back to Kakariko Village. I guess I shouldn't say back to it, because we're going to it for the first time, but I digress. Keep our sword drawn in case we can kill a stall child along the way or two. So there's quite a bit that's still got to be done. We will be getting a fair number of Skulltulas. We will be getting a heart piece, a new piece of equipment, maybe 2. I'm not sure. I haven't entirely figured out where this episode's going to land, but I'm pretty sure we get 2 pieces of equipment, a heart piece, like 5 or 6 Skulltulas. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty productive episode, even though we're not actually getting towards... or no, we're not going to get two pieces of equipment. Even though we're going to stall out a little bit, we're not going to get that much closer to the next dungeon. But it will still be productive, and it'll still be, you know, content-filled, just like you would hope the game would be. So we've come in that weird time where the visual shows that it's just about to be morning, but not enough to start the music. So that's kind of advantageous. We're going to, first and foremost, hit this tree. And out falls Skulltula number 1. Oh yeah, be careful with Skulltulas. I don't know if I've pointed this out. They actually do a significant amount of damage. And they can drain your health really quickly if you've got low health and you're collecting a lot of them in a row. So yeah, just be mindful of that. They take off an entire heart, so. So here's the second one. And there's a third one up on this ladder. Pretty simple. Now, the one thing that you can do when you get to the top of this ladder, and I'll see if I can show it off, just to show that I can show it off, is you can collect a heart piece in an unintended way by side jumping off of this onto that fence on the left side there. So all you do is you mostly just line up, run, give yourself a little bit of a running start. Oh, helps if I hit the right button. Oh, just missed it, but you see what I mean. So you can land on that fence, walk over and talk to that guy. We'll get it later when we're intended to get it, because collecting it early doesn't really change anything. And there's another one not too far from here that the same thing. You can collect it in an unintended way, So there's another Skulltula. And I believe this is the last one, so I think we should have 13 now, question mark? Yes, so we have 13, which also means that we're eligible for our first reward. And this is the building that you go into. This is the House of Skulltula. So the very short explanation on this is there are 5 spiders that surround the outside of the room. Every 10 Skulltulas that you destroy will unlock one of them, and they'll come back to human. And when they do, they will give you a prize. Some of them more useful than others. This one, very useful. So this is the adult's wallet. We can now carry up to 200 rupees, so that's kind of nice. After 50, this guy will not get freed from the curse until you've destroyed all 100. So, and then that's a whole nother prize that's alright, but because it's so late game, it's kind of pointless. You know, one of those things. But it's a collectathon type thing. Many games around this time period all had that same thing, where they were just big kind of collectathons type things, so not out of line at all. So this is Kakariko Graveyard, and we've got a few things that we're going to get done here, involving 3 different locations. And the first one that we're going to do is we're going to come up to the royal family tomb in the back here, and whenever you see a Triforce on the ground, you play Zelda's Lullaby. I think that scream was a touch dramatic, but I could see how that would freak out a small kid. So yeah, now we've opened up the royal family tomb. It's a very, very, very short, pretty easy, quote-unquote, dungeon to take care of. Basically, this first room, you just have to defeat all of the enemies, which is just 4 bats. Once you do that, I do believe that if you light these 2 torches, they reveal a chest. And I think that might have 20 or 50 rupees in it, but we don't have means to do that, and I'm not going to come back once we do. This is definitely one of those one-time stop locations. You come in, you grab what you're looking for, you leave. So in the back here, we've got a tombstone. This poem is dedicated to the memory of the dearly departed members of the royal family. The rising sun will eventually set. The newborn's life will fade. From sun to moon, moon to sun. Give peaceful rest to the living dead. An interesting poem. And we have something inscribed on the tombstone, and it is another ocarina melody. So yeah, we've now learned the Sun Song. So this song is incredibly useful. I will show the the battle practicality of the song here shortly, but the main mechanic of the song is to turn it to the opposite time of what you are currently in during the day. So if it's daytime, it will make it nighttime. If it's nighttime, it'll make it daytime. Now, if you're in a location where time doesn't pass, it will black out the screen and bring you back to the entrance of the room that you came in on. If it's somewhere where time does pass, then it will, what do you call it? Oh, right. Little kitties. Little snitch. If it's somewhere where time does pass, it'll just make the sun or the moon fly by and it'll change time over the course of a few seconds, so... Alright, now that the little kid's done being a little kid, we're gonna come in here. And we have a redead. So the Sun Song, what it does as a practical standpoint is redeads, and I believe it works on Gibdos as well. Which... Oh, I can't lock on them. It'll freeze them, but as soon as you strike them, it will unfreeze them, so you have to be prepared to swing a lot. Redeads aren't a particularly challenging enemy once you have a reasonable amount of health to work with. When you only have 4 or 5 hearts, they can trip you up really easily because they're capable of freezing you on the spot, and then they latch onto you and drain your health. So just keep that in mind. Oh. I believe it's the Sun Song I play again. So yeah, they can be tricky quite easily when you have a low amount of health, so be prepared to deal with one if you're going to deal with it. And then once you've got like 10, 12, however many hearts in that range, after that they're really not that big of a deal. Okay, so that's 4 pieces of hearts, so we now have 5 full hearts, so that'll be kind of nice. Then we have one more stop to make on our way out of the graveyard. That's to this tombstone with the flowers. And doing this will save me a whole lot of explanation later on. But what we get from here is the Hylian shield. So basically what this is, it's a large metal shield. As we are currently, it is too heavy to actually hold, so we do a turtle shell type thing. That will be relevant coming up here shortly. A character that we're about to go meet pretty soon will explain that we need it, and so then he'll say, oh, if you go to this shop, you'll get a good deal on them. It's still pretty expensive. Getting the shield from there totally bypasses all of that, so that's kind of nice. Now, with Kakariko Village awake and during the day, we see chickens. And we have to round them all up and throw them in this pen. I'm not going to talk to this lady. She's the one who asks us to round them up because she gets goosebumps. I think that's a mistranslation, and I think it's supposed to say that they give her hives, which are increasingly painful. I can't imagine too many people are overly afflicted with just goosebumps. You know, the little bumps on your body that happen when you get scared or cold. Yeah, I don't see those being the reason she can't handle her fowl, so... A couple of these are pretty straightforward. You just pick them up, bring them to the pen. A couple of these do have a puzzle to them, so like this guy, you need to use a chicken to get to it. Remember to throw the other chicken off the ledge, or else you have to go back and get that one. So, go and grab this chicken. Now, the thing with grabbing the chickens is that they like to move a lot, and you can't hit A on them while you have the control stick moved in any direction, because you'll just roll. So you kind of have to get the practice of approaching them close enough that you can pick them up and let go of the control stick long enough to hit A and pick them up. That's what makes this... Yeah, see, so... There we go. So yeah, when I rolled there, I hadn't let go of the control stick yet, so... That's mostly the tedious, annoying part of this, this little, like, mini-game type thing. What, Navi? Impa said, yeah, Spiritual Stone Death Mountain. We can see it. It's still there, trust me. It's so needy. But I guess she's doing her job, making sure we're not just lost. Nope, we're just getting our full dollar value from the game, that's all. Our bad. Navi must love speedrunners, I guess. Come on, time is money, let's go, let's go. No, thank you. This guy, we're going to take over here, and we're going to aim for that fence and press Z, or Z, whichever side of whatever border you're on. Because it allows you to float just a little bit longer, which is enough to get over that fence, and how you get back to collect these 2 chickens that are back here. Got the one here, hop up on the fence. I try not to jump off that side because it's really easy to jump in that hole, and if you do, it resets all of them, and that's obviously annoying. But these are the 2 worst chickens to get to anyway, so you would just grab them on your way out, and not as big of a deal. And throw that chicken in there. If I'm remembering correctly, these should be my last 2. I think I've collected all of them. And and once we do that, we will collect our reward. Okay, so it didn't do the little chime thing. I don't know why. At least it didn't play through the playback. But yeah, so we got another empty bottle, so this is the second optional bottle. And again, it's a nice thing to have a fairy in various potions, Lon Lon milk. You can collect things like bugs and fish. They have a lot of uses. Okay, so we've collected all that, and I believe killed all the Skulltulas. Okay, and then we are going to finish out by doing one thing that at least advances the story a little bit. So he basically just said the road is closed. So you show him Zelda's letter. Oh, this is surely Princess Zelda's handwriting. Well, let's see. Okay. This is Link. He is under my orders to save Hyrule. And of course, he rightfully starts laughing because Link is like 8. What kind of funny game has our princess come up with now? Okay, alright. You can go now. Just be careful, Mr. Hero. And starts laughing hysterically. But that's not the important part of this conversation. This is. By the way, Mr. Hero, if you're going to climb Death Mountain, you should equip a proper shield. It is an active volcano after all. If you go back to Hyrule Castle Town Market, you should check out the bazaar. They sell the shield you need there. Tell them I sent you and they should give you a special discount. If you think you're good to go already, don't worry about it. Now, I'd like to ask a favor of you. No, I don't expect you to do it because of the great tip I just gave you. I'm just asking. Have you been to the Happy Mask shop that just opened in Hyrule Castle Town Market? Everyone is talking about it. My little boy pesters me for a popular mask, but I don't have time to go there. So, could you go and get the mask for me next time you're in the market? If you don't feel like it, that's okay. But, well, I have no choice. This is my job. Lesai. Okay, so yeah. Alright, let's face it. We can be a nice guy for a sec. So, yeah, that's going to open up one more side thing that we're going to do before we get to the next dungeon. So when we come back, we will go through what the bulk of the Happy Mask quest, and then we'll continue on. I believe we should get through the next section, and the video after that, we should be able to just start the dungeon. So I'm going to cut it off here, and that's what we'll do next time we come back. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you did like it, please drop a like. If you really liked it, don't forget to subscribe so you can see the other videos as they post. And until the next one, thank you and all the best.